Hi guys, welcome back to the Garden Tractor Geek YouTube channel. I sped up my 110 update. Tell you why in a minute, but so this is what we got going on the 110. We got, I think they're 35 pounds. Quote me if I'm wrong, but 35 pounds on each wheel, and then these are two solid cinder slabs. That's anywhere from maybe 50 to 75 pounds. Then my fat butt, that's like 270, 280. We do have a lot of counterbalance though with these John Deere blades. I've probably said it before, but they really like to hang off the front end. But I was planning to load these tires, but my plans seem to be changing, and I'm going to get into that right now. I watch weather models, I study them. It's what I do, is per se a hobby, I guess. And the last couple GFS runs has indicated a substantial snowstorm for western central PA. Me included. I'm not going to get the higher amounts. The model run before then showed me getting about 10 to 12 inches of snow. The new one came in at about 6 to 8. So, in mind, this storm's a week away. Anything can change. But I decided that I'm going to prepare and get ready just in case. I am laying carpet, so I gave myself a day off so I can get this done. So next week I can just lay carpet all week and, kind of not have to worry as much about this. I already got the oil changed, so we're ready to go. It's a little early for us to be seeing this kind of snow, but I anticipated this year being snowy. Now, like I said, I'm not sure we're going to get snow just yet. I'm not sure it's going to lay. We gotta wait, see how everything turns out. But it is definitely showing, plowable snow at this point, so I'm just gonna prepare myself. I know this is kind of stupid. I did zip tie that. I'd rather have a zip tie than a bungee cord. The only reason I bungee corded this way is it seems to work. I mean, this is solid. It's not going anywhere. I mean, there's a little shake to it, but it's not going anywhere. That should be fine as long as the zip ties hold up. I doubled up the zip ties. I ran out, unfortunately. I know I actually have one. The only one I'm really worried about is this one on the solid concrete or cement or whatever that is. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at with this whole thing. I'm getting kind of excited. Typically in PA, in the last couple years, we haven't seen snow until, mid to late December, and it's just a dusting. So even to see a substantial snowfall this early is pretty crazy. We haven't seen winter like that since 2013, 2014, 2014, and 2015. It's been kind of off since then. We've had a couple big storms, but nothing that's just been consistent, which I'm hoping a pretty consistent winter this year. I'd rather take a whole bunch of 6 to 10 inch, preferably 8 to 10 inch, but 6 to 10 inch plowable snows just over and over and over than just a couple big snows. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for this year. But yeah, I think the 110's ready to go. I hope she holds up and that she's reliable. I love this tractor. It's a good machine. Got 10W30 Pennzoil in there. It had straight 30, so I just switched it over to the 10W30, which is for winter time, cold weather climate. I got this light, which I got to re-straighten it up. Sometimes when I open the hood a whole bunch, it kind of screws up, but it's actually really bright in the nighttime. And the beautiful part is I don't have to screw with this. I don't have to drill holes in the headlight panel, and it doesn't rest on the headlight panel. It rests on the grill, and works good enough for me. So it's not anywhere close to the Cub lights, but it's good enough for what I'm doing. So. But yeah, so let's hope this ignition switch or whatever issue was just a fluke and it's over with. But yeah, so hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe and check out my other videos, and hopefully in a week or two we can plow some snow and see how this thing does. I will have to say this is the best setup plow tractor I've had since I've done YouTube. I thought I was cool when I had some chains. I bought those in 2015 with my Cub 86, and I've used them ever since. They've been wonderful. But now that I got this puppy weighted down, and you got to mind, once that blade's down pushing snow, that front counterbalance up there is going to go away. The only reason I need weights necessarily, I mean, you want a little bit for pushing, of course, but the real thing is when you have the blade up and you're driving, like when you're backing up, you lift the blade, that's when you're going to be at your most, most traction loss, because that blade just sits up there and hangs. So that's just something you have to live with John Deere, is you got to really weight these suckers down. And here, let me show you that it runs. Cross my fingers, crush my finger, but cross my fingers. I think I did that on the blocks, but I'm not sure that this thing still runs. It's the first time I think it's the first time I've ran it since this issue. So, good old Kohler 8 horsepower K series. Can't beat these motors. You just can't. I wouldn't trade that little 8 horsepower for anything, so. But we'll do a little ride around real quick. Oh my. I need to glue this down. This is a little spinny. Now, one thing I will say, I've never really owned John Deere's, the gear drives, because they're cramped. As you can see, I am cramped. I'm a very big guy. I'm 6'2" at like 270, 280. I am not by any means a small guy. So it's definitely a cramped fit, but I tend to fit better than most people for whatever reason. So, I mean, that's a plus. As you can see, I kind of got to run my foot off the side. That's partially due to my hip surgery that I had. One of the big selling points for this tractor was it had just one pedal like the Cubs do on the left side. I had hip surgery and I ended up getting arthritis in my right hip. So having a pedal on this side, believe it or not, my leg's got to sit like this, and that puts so much pressure on this hip. So, that's the reason that I run this tractor. And if I were to get another gear drive John Deere, I'm not sure I could get a 200 series or one with a dual pedal, which would be the later 110s, later 112s. Now, who's to say I don't find a 110, 112 without a motor and throw a 12 through 16 horsepower in it down the road? That's very possible. It'd have to be a one pedal model, or I could remove the other pedal. I'm pretty sure even on the later models, that's just an extra brake. I could be wrong, but who knows? I've actually been thinking about adding another one of these Deeres so I could interchange the attachments and buy a blower, snow blower as well. But that's down the road. I'm still doing some really hard thinking about that, and we'll see. But I'd say Michael T. JD60 did a very fine job on getting this tractor going. It's a little cold yet. This tractor's always been a little cold-blooded when you first get going. Once it's going, though, it doesn't give any issues. We'll wait. Oh yeah, I can feel this. The rear end of this tractor is a little more planted than it was before. Hoping to get myself an action camera and a mount for my phone, so I could put it to an end, or at the end of like my driveway, so that way I don't have to hold the camera while I plow snow, and it gives you guys a better view. Speed her up a little bit. Love these variators. I hated them for years, and now that I really sit here and think about it, they're an invaluable piece. They're so sought after. Just gonna do a U-turn right here if I can. Looks like my block stayed. Looks like we're good to go. It's always a big plus. This is a big garden tractor, so it is not easy to turn around. Oh. Huh. So I sold my 100, and I always use a fire extinguisher to work with tractors. Needless to say, that fire extinguisher is now got it's got a little noise to it. I still haven't gotten the bottom mount in. It should be fine. I've ran it for a while now. But I don't know if I'm going to regret turning these tires to the wide side, but I didn't like how those plastic wheel weights were. I couldn't get into the valve stems very easy. And they looked kind of stupid with the rims the other way, if you want me to be completely honest. One nice thing about having these weights, I don't got to go into the shed full throttle anymore to get into it. Shed isn't exactly the easiest to get into. It's a little bit of a tight fit, but let's see if she's going to start for me again. Oh yeah. That's what I like to say. Alright, hopefully that ignition switch or whatever issue goes away, and that's the last we see of that. Hopefully. Cross my fingers. And knock on wood. But we're going to do a build series on this 582. Depending on how winter is, depends on how that build series is going to go. If I do get a good amount of snow, I'll have more money to do this build, and I'll have a lot more cash flow. So we'll see how that works. Picked up these bad boys. They're IH weights. They're going to get painted red. They're going to go on the old 582. That's going to be part of the build series. Their super lugs are going to go on it. So I am slowly but surely getting everything I need to do this build series. A couple more things that I need is two tubes. I need to get this engine issue, carb issue, whatever it is, fixed, which I shouldn't be too horrible of a deal, but just little things here and there. But yeah, so other than that, guys, please like, subscribe, check out my other videos. Hope you guys like this, and I'll talk to you later.